Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing whether Thailand is better than most jurisdictions in Asia with respect to treatment of retirees. And what are we talking about here? I'm specifically taking this from an immigration context because many of the other jurisdictions in this part of the world, for example, Thailand is the only place. I think Cambodia kind of has a retirement visa. Malaysia has the Malaysia My Second Home program, which many people, I have heard good things from folks on. But for example, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, a major popular place amongst expats, at least up until the COVID situation, Vietnam does not and did not have a retirement visa. I know a lot of folks that talk about Philippines. They say that's a great place to go. I haven't heard a lot about Indonesia. Singapore, the main complaint I hear from retirees regarding Singapore is matters pertaining to expense. But then if you look, if you go up north, mainland China, I'm sure there are some folks that are retired that are living there, but I would suspect not too many. Hong Kong is not the jurisdiction it once was. With respect to Westerners generally, and again, expense seems to be a major issue with respect to retirees there. Japan, very much the same way, and also, my understanding, pretty difficult to gain status to live there long term, especially if one is not related to a Japanese national. And then meanwhile, Korea, kind of the same. I haven't heard a lot about Taiwan, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's much going on there for retirees. Long story short, especially here in Asia, to me, your major picks, if you will, the countries you'd be looking at would be Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia. Those are the ones that are kind of the main focal points for possible retirees here in Asia. Cambodia, I've heard mixed things, but their immigration system is very opaque, especially with respect to the issue of retirees, foreign retirees. So I wouldn't necessarily, I would put that in kind of a gray area. It's kind of in the maybe column. I've heard a lot of good things from folks that go to the Philippines. I've also heard, it seems to me, this is just one man's opinion from observation, there seems to be Thailand retirees and Philippines retirees, and there the twain shall meet. It doesn't seem like there's anybody that sort of sits in the middle. I've met a lot of retirees out here that just either swear by Thailand and are not, they're kind of ambivalent about the Philippines, or vice versa. And then Malaysia, I have met some folks that are down there, and especially some that have used the Malaysia My Second Home program. I haven't heard a lot one way or the other on that. Frankly, it seems to me there's not a great deal of volume of retirees in Malaysia for various reasons. Again, I'm not, it doesn't necessarily say anything negative one way or the other, but all things considered, yeah, I know now at present, and especially in the years leading up to the past couple of years, we saw a lot of tightening of regulations related to retirees, etc. But as discussed in other videos on this channel, Thailand still has a framework for retirees, and I think they're pretty serious about maintaining that framework into the future. And I don't think the same can be said for every jurisdiction in Asia.